Well, I didn't do anything on my own. The Scottish office was never like that. In the late 50s, after I came out of the army, I spent my evenings in the Mitchell Library. Out of that came a lot of work on Glasgow at a Glance, which was organised by Andrew MacLaren Young and Archie Doak. And I actually wrote most of it. Archie Doak wrote the bits on modern buildings. In the 60s, our department was not prepared to help. But what we had to do all the time was to try and get confidential information into the public domain without being found out, so that the newspapers and public became aware of it and that some interest was taken. When the setting up the Victorian Society was considered, Colin said, well, it's no good having it in Edinburgh. We should start in Glasgow. And of course, that was the beginning of the new Glasgow Society. There are an awful lot of buildings that one regrets. The first one was the Walter McGibbon's Corn Exchange on Hope Street. The next big disaster, of course, was the Tilly and Henderson building in Miller Street. It was a magnificent Venetian palazzo. It was nominally by Alexander Kirkland. It was built for a Belfast firm of shirt makers in 1854. It had an open courtyard to the street. It was absolutely splendid. It was allowed to address the planning committee in Miller Street in front of it, and they did agree. It was the first breakthrough on Victorian architecture with the Historic Buildings Council. But you can't imagine now, how I felt when I managed to sway the committee on 3751 Miller Street. I think I wept on the spot. It was great, but it didn't last.